No way. Like Jono's gone with the customary green Zerg.
Wait, wait.
Very traditional.
A space monkey going random here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he only plays random.
SpaceMonkey is a random player.
He is a random player, yes.
So we have a Terran versus the Zerg.
Ah, the customary GLHF smiley face.
So good evening,
Good manners.
and
Good manners.
welcome to Bronze League Hero. No, I'm kidding. It's not Bronze League Heroes. Welcome to DarkAngel versus SpaceMonkey. SpaceMonkey we have in purple in the bottom right, as the purple Terran in the top left, as the green Zerg. We have DarkAngel. What are your thoughts on this game, guys? Who takes the W?
I mean, obviously, SpaceMonkey's got the advantage in the first few minutes of having the random play. I think if he were to pull the boys, go for an all-in 1 or 2 Marines, he could definitely use the element of surprise. But I think it's going to be a good and even matchup. The early hatchery is coming out before 1 minute. That's a classic Jono move.
Classic Foster band. So fairly standard build coming out from Unworthy with SpaceMonkey as well. He calls himself Unworthy in most games.
Yeah.
But from
He's
SpaceMonkey,
certainly worthy in this game.
certainly worthy.
Certainly worthy. This is an interesting 2 supply depots by the CC strat. Clearly does not pay any respect to the Zergling rush, and it was called and paid off, I think.
Yeah, not opting for the wall, hoping for the best. My money's on SpaceMonkey this game, to be honest. He
Certainly the
goes
better
with
spending quotient so far.
He's a very experienced player.
I think we should put it on record that he is Asian, so he clearly has the inherent advantage.
Wow.
No flames, please.
Alright, second hatch in the natural finishing up for DarkAngel, as the spawning pool does as well, just in time for 2 queens to be put into production as he gets 2 lings, no lings, waiting for the lings.
No, I think he's just going straight for economy right now. I'm seeing 2 drones and an observer, an overlord being created right now. Here comes a scout.
Scouts the factory, it sees.
Let me switch the vision. I do not think he saw the 2nd or 3rd racks, so he may not be expecting it.
See 1 starport coming out. 3 racks is 1 starport, 1 factory. Not too sure what he's looking at here as he cancels his reactor. Or was that a tech lab that he cancelled? I think it was a tech lab that he cancelled. Seeing as he has one on his factory, which you'll probably see switching out.
Yeah, I think he might bring out a couple siege tanks and then switch it if he feels necessary.
1 siege tank coming out so far in the tech lab. Factory going to go into siege position behind the non-existent wall, followed by an engineering bay.
It is interesting to see the tech lab going up on the starport instead of a reactor when it seems to be more of a viable build, at least with the structures so far.
Fairly standard build coming out from DarkAngel as he finishes up the 3rd expansion.
He seems to be hitting some pretty good timings.
One thing I do know about SpaceMonkey as a player, he's normally got quite an aggressive playstyle.
Definitely. He likes to put the pressure on early and keep it up.
Surprised he's only really moving out now.
As we know from the sufficient experience we've had playing 3v3 1 base all-ins with him over our last few games. I don't think this is enough speedlings to really take...
Oh, he's committing the 1 base all in here. He's not opting for an expansion as
Yeah.
DarkAngel's finishing up this. If we look at the army values, army supply looking pretty much even. Worker supply obviously in favor of the Zerg player. But we're starting to see some harass come out. Oh, and it's around.
Siege tank is surrounded.
Takes out a few of its own. And
Well, it's surrounded by DarkAngel.
11 supply deficit on his army.
Wow, that was a really good response.
DarkAngel follows up with a bit of a Ling rush. We're seeing the
nothing against that Banshee, but I just don't think he cares at this point. I think he's just going to go for the structures. That might be game, yeah.
Oh, DarkAngel.
Unless, oh wow, these Banshees are doing work.
Boys are being pulled.
6 and 7 kills.
Boys get pulled. They actually
wow.
hold the Lings.
They hold. They hold with minimal damage as well. Don't even think one of the boys is lost.
Massive supply lead to DarkAngel though. Good 17 at this point. As you see, the worker supply is greatly in favor. So what we can anticipate next is we're already seeing lots of Lings being produced. I imagine we'll see some. We've got the Hydra gem going down. We'll see some Hydras coming out because of the Banshees. Alongside some Roaches, I'm assuming, as weapons level 1 finishes up.
I have some interesting takes on upgrades at play here. We have one evolution chamber that seems to have all of the level 1s queued, one after the other, and then on the side of SpaceMonkey we have an engineering bay up that has no upgrades currently queued. That's an interesting play from SpaceMonkey. It has to be on purpose, surely.
We see the second CC finish up as it. Oh, not opting for the planetary fortress. I almost completely anticipated the planetary fortress.
Yeah, same. You know, that used to be the wall strat back in the days. A couple supply depots, a planetary fortress, a bunker, and a missile turret, and then it's come get me.
We see the Lings move out over the top, really favoring the top part of the map.
We're not seeing any medivacs at all, which is strange considering he's still producing Marines.
It is quite a few.
Where has he scanned? I didn't see the scan. Ah, there it is.
Army supply 44 to 19 to the Zerg player as he slowly begins to saturate his bases.
Well, it looks like Terran infantry weapons level 1 is finally queued. Is it going to be enough though? Because if you are going to be pushing the Marines this late into the game, you would at least expect a 1-1, maybe even a 2-1. Good high ground siege tank setup.
See the Roach Hydra combo begins to assemble. 30 supply army lead to DarkAngel, 60 supply lead in total. Really not looking good for the Terran player at this point. He's still recovering from that last push, from that last battle, lost everything. Managed to hold. Reach a bit of a stagnant point in the game.
This is definitely a bit of a lull, I think. Wonder if... oh, 2 scans coming out. I did not... Ah, there, okay.
Scans
so he is obviously trying to scan out the expansions. I would be surprised if DarkAngel expands any more at this point. I think he's doing quite healthily. He looks like he might be getting ready for a big push.
Needing the 4th expansion though for the map control. He's got the map control with the creep tumor, but needing a little bit more from the side of pure Zerg macro.
Agreed. The creep on the map at this point is a little low. I would like to see, particularly if he's going to be the aggressor, to see past the halfway point some creep, just for that movement speed and regen.
APM coming out of the SpaceMonkey. 150 to 200 for the green Zerg.
And the customary slash dance coming out from SpaceMonkey. I think that's just a little shout out to us. We see you, Donnie.
Fourth and fifth expansion go down for DarkAngel as he's almost 100 supply ahead.
We also need to consider the fact that that supply could drop very quickly if he takes the engagement at the wrong time. I think if he tries to push into these siege tanks, we're going to see some heavy casualties on the side of his Zerg.
We'll see heavy casualties, but I think at this point the army supply is so vastly, it's 100 supply ahead that DarkAngel has this game in the bag at this point. He has to colossally screw up in order to...
I do agree, specifically that, if I'm not mistaken, I think the level 2... Okay, no, the level 2 missile attacks are currently being researched, and the Carapace is shortly behind.
Resident sleeper.
We really do, hey. Maybe we should send a direct message to these boys saying that this game has to end in the next minute.
Not sure if both players have fallen asleep.
I definitely think our good personal friend SpaceMonkey is
seeing the
maybe getting his Uber Eats from the door.
Nidus
okay,
coming
no,
up for the green Zerg. Where is the second Nidus? Where have we placed the Nidus? There it is.
Well, that Marine's family is going to miss him.
It will be seen instantaneously, but will there be enough aggression to
I
stop
don't think he would. Yeah, that's a successful.
one per peg Nidus?
We've got one Thor coming out. It does have upgraded weaponry, but as of yet, we are yet to see a level 2 upgrade on either side. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We do have the level 2 missile attacks from the side of the Zerg. I wonder if DarkAngel has forgotten to expand into his 4th base. With
DarkAngel opting for the Nidus Worm on the what would be the 3rd expansion. Obviously not knowing that
SpaceMonkey's not much of an expander or a map controller.
Not a macro player.
Definitely not, but we are definitely seeing some significant increases in the unspent resources from the side of the Zerg player, which I'm curious to know.
Opts for the Nidus behind the main base mineral line.
Blue flame Helions are doing work.
Will not finish up time as he sends the Lings into their death. DarkAngel.
Oh, he has not quite scanned that other Nidus.
I mean, it's really just a quick and easy way to mobilize your forces, really, as we see
True, I believe we are maybe going to see a base race if these two don't respond quick enough to each other. Although I definitely think we have an advantage on the side of the Zerg with the Nidus Worm.
Massive army supply. DarkAngel's really just got SpaceMonkey to catch up this game.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he was 100 supply ahead at one point, and now it's less than 30. I don't know, my basic map right now is not functioning, but we'll continue.
We'll take that completely neglected 5th base.
The Roaches and the Hydras have been microed quite well onto the forces of the Terran player. The boys have been pulled. Will it be enough? I think not. I think that that SpaceMonkey might be in trouble here.
10 kills. It's
And yeah, the Terran player has pulled back his forces. He's actually going to take on the army in his own base.
the loss is suffered here by DarkAngel. I mean, it's actually quite
severe. He has managed to accrue pretty gigantic unspent resources, so he can replenish that army
Drops
just
the
as quickly
Nardus.
as his micro can take him.
Drops the Nardus, forgets about the Nardus. Drops the second Nardus. Will he forget about this one as he runs? Forgets
Hopefully not.
move
With
attack.
2 Hydras remaining, that's a little bit of supply he might want to save. No, he's not going to get up in time.
Comes up and is punished.
Nidus is done. We still have the Nidus to the 3rd expansion of the Terran base, but at this point I don't think SpaceMonkey cares. He's probably just going to go all in at this point before DarkAngel can really recover enough.
Oh.
But yet again, as these players have been known to do in the last 16 minutes, is they kind of just put everything on pause and let each other rebuild. The GG is called.
That's right. Loss is too much to bear.